All right, we're live. Well, hey everyone. My name is John. I am the president of CSG, and thank you for coming out to this semester's kickoff meeting. Today we're going to be talking about what CSG does, who we are, and some potential opportunities for you guys to connect with us. Um, so first, like I said, my name is John. I go by Crash in our Discord. I'm the acting president of CSG this semester. I work for a little company called AWS. I'm currently in my third year here at UTD, and I love dogs. So um, I was told that this would make me more personal for you guys. Um, we're going to go ahead and turn on the QA function of this slideshow. So there you go. At any point, if you want to ask a question, feel free to do so either in our YouTube live chat, or you can use the link up above in order to submit a question and do so anonymously if that's more your dig. Before we get into this, we like to do a little who's hiring. We have one hiring event right now, and I have a blurb from Mustard Juan from the Discord who says the UT Dallas ISO is looking for an SOC analyst to join our growing team. If you're interested in security engineering incident response or malware analysis or DFIR in general, he encourages you to apply. They're building out the SOC and they're looking for anyone that's interested and wants to get their feet wet. They put about 2 weeks of training courses and then drop you into the seat, and then you can start looking into the alerts for the UT Dallas. They're in the middle of building out a new segment of their SOC and have lots of good benefits for analysts. He'll posted the outline in Discord, and if you have any friends, feel free to reach out to him directly. He also wants to say that you shouldn't feel discouraged if you think you're not qualified, because they hire people from all backgrounds in the past and always hire multiple people. So there you go. And before we do so, we always have a sign-in sheet. So like always, if you guys wouldn't mind, please go ahead and sign in. I'm going to ooch this over for you. Boop. There you go. The sign-in process allows us to kind of track who attended the meeting. This is important for us because we need to report that back to the school just for our budgeting, so we can buy pizza, which unfortunately, I guess we're not going to be ordering any pizzas this semester, but maybe next semester. I'll give you guys a second to use that QR code. If you don't have a QR code reader, there is also a link in the description of this video, and you can sign in from there. And secondly, I highly encourage you to join our Discord if you haven't already. Some of us officers are going to be joining in the general voice chat after this meeting. So if you want to continue the conversation and talk to us or ask any questions after this slideshow, you can do so there. As well, this is also where we send out major announcements, and it's mainly where our community lies. So we highly recommend you join. Again, if you don't have a QR code reader, the link will be available to you in the description below. Well, cool. Well, next, big question, who is CSG? Well, CSG is the Computer Security Group. We are the largest security group here at UT Dallas. We were founded in 2010, so next semester is going to be our 10-year anniversary. We don't operate on any sort of memberships. If you choose to come and enjoy our meetings, then that's free for you. If you want to consider yourself part of the community, all you got to do is say you're part of the community. Then as well, we have two major statements that we consider to be our mission statements. First is being that we want to provide a safe environment for beginners in security to learn and become integrated into the larger security community. Our biggest take is that we want to provide a good environment for people who are just interested or don't really know a whole lot about security to be able to learn. The second is we want to provide an environment for the security experts among us to share their knowledge with the community. This being anyone who's maybe a little bit more advanced and knows what they're doing. We want to be able to provide them a community to where they can continue to grow and teach others. So some of the stuff we do, we always have these Wednesday tech talks at 7. So today won't be very technical, but every other next tech talk will be very technical, and we'll be covering security topics that we find interesting, and we think you will too. We also do fire talks, which are a way for us to get back with the community. We do corporate talks, where we bring in corporations. We do CTFs, which we'll go into later. And we also are going to be introducing a new thing called projects, and we'll get into that later as well. So to give you a little taste of what's coming up, this is some of the events that are coming down the pipeline. Next week, we're going to be going over the history of hacking. So if you have any interest in how we got to the state of security that we have today, that'll be a great conversation. We'll also be doing the Paycom hands-on web security event. If you're a returning member, then you'll remember Paycom, and you'll remember that they generally have some pretty good talks. So we'll be having them back again this semester. We'll also be talking about sniffing the wire and all sorts of network-related infiltration and security. And we'll be talking about rats and backdoors. I'm going to leave that there. We're also going to be talking about Active Directory hacking. We're also going to have another x86 conversation with Professor Cole. Again, if you're a returning member, you'll remember how Professor Cole did a really great talk about x86 assembly. We'll be having him back again. We'll also do web penetration testing talks, as well as we're planning to have 2 different CTF events. And we plan to do our coding projects. So to kind of explain what we do, the major events are the Wednesday talks. Again, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. This is when we will cover a security topic that we enjoy. This is a great way to dive deep into security. We try to make sure that we are appealing to both people who are a little bit more advanced into security and people who are just trying to figure stuff out. So whether you're new or you know what you're doing, we highly recommend you come to our tech talks. Next is the fire talks. Fire talks are a member-ran meeting where if you want to come and show us something that you find interesting, then you can give us a quick 10 to 20 minute talk about it. These are really great. We can record them for you, so if you want to put that on your LinkedIn, it's a great way to get recruiters to notice you, and it works as a great artifact. Also, it's a great way to build the community, and we love to know what you find interesting. We'll be holding one fire talk towards the end of this semester, and we'll bring it up when it gets closer. Next, we're doing corporate talks. Corporate talks will not be on Wednesdays. They'll be on various days and times of the week. We'll let you know when we have corporate talks coming down the line. Corporate talks at CSG are a little bit different from corporate talks with other organizations because our biggest requirement is that the corporations that come need to provide something technical. So they're a great way to learn from security experts who actually work in the field. And it's also a great way to get job interviews. I know several people who have been members of CSG and have come to corporate talks and have been able to. We have several people who have gotten job interviews from being able to connect with these corporations via corporate talks. Next type of event we do is called a CTF, and a CTF is called a capture the flag. If you want to put it into easy terms, a CTF kind of is to security people as a hackathon is to programmers. A CTF is simply just a multi-day event where we set up challenges for people to try and hack into. When you get a challenge right, you get a flag, and you can put that into a system to get points. The person with the most points at the end of the CTF wins a prize. These are a really great way to test your skills, whether you're new or you're a little bit more intermediate. They're very hands-on, and this year we're planning on doing 2 of them, so stay tuned. Next up is the new thing we're introducing called projects. Um, we want to work with you guys to host a couple code projects. If you have an idea for a code project, please go ahead and use the survey in the description below to let us know about that project. Our hope is to find one or two projects that are related to security that we think will be a great contribution. And if you want to get involved, go ahead and just let us know that you're interested. So with that, that's all that we have planned for this talk. I want to say thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Uh, we have some officers who will be hanging back in the general voice channel immediately after the stream. We would love it if you want to meet. We'd love to meet you and answer any questions you have and keep the conversation going. So if you haven't already, go ahead and join our Discord. The link is in the description below. And I want to say a special thanks to all the other officers who are helping to answer questions tonight. This concludes our talk, so we hope to see you again really soon. Thanks.